Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So we're just going to be jumping straight in. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me video. So I'm just applying some Eco Styler gel to my hair. Now this is an old twist out that I had in for about like 4 days. So I'm basically just restyling it. So I'm applying my Eco Styler gel, the olive oil one, just to around the perimeter of my head. Then I'm going to go ahead and smooth that out. For my puff, I'm going to be using a shoelace, and I really like doing this because it helps me maximize my puff. Like, it just helps me get the best puff. I'm not really a baby hair kind of girl, but I do like for my edges to be really nice and slick and laid. So I always do go in at the end and just kind of make sure they're really nice and smooth. And I kind of just play around with them a bit, just a little curve here and a little curve there. But that's about it really. Once that's done, I do go in with my scarf just to make sure everything lays really nice and flat. Then I go ahead and start my makeup. When applying my primer, I tend to focus around my forehead, my eyebrows, and my nose. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. And for my eyebrows, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Gel in Supermodel. I really like this. Like, I absolutely love it. It gives my brows like a really natural hair-like finish. I tend to normally go in with my Rimmel London pencil after, and this one's in dark brown, and I just fill in some slight gaps, areas where I feel like I need just a tiny bit more definition. As always, just to define my brows and to make them look fresh and sharp, I'm going to go ahead with my concealer. And the concealer that I'm using is the LA Girl Concealer in Fawn. And I like to apply it to the top and bottom of my brows. I also like to apply it to my lid to serve as my eyeshadow base. And once I've applied that to my lid, I like to go in with my Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And this is just to make sure that the concealer doesn't crease. For my eyes, I was in a hurry. Like, you can't tell now, but like towards the end, I was in such a hurry. So I decided to go with something really simple. I used the Juvias Place Nubian palette, the first one. But the eyeshadows don't actually have any names. But for my eyes, I just played around with a lot of browns and reds. But I don't know how to Okay, so to color correct my skin, I am using the usual. I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in orange, and I'm just applying that to the areas where I need color correction. So basically dark areas, so blemishes around my mouth, underneath my eyes, just those areas there. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. My foundation routine is pretty much the same. You guys have seen it a number of times. However, for my foundation today, I decided to use my H&M foundation. I like this foundation. It's not a favorite, but I like it. If you have dry skin, I'd say, like really, really dry skin anyway, I'd say stay away from it. I have combination skin. As of recent, my skin's been a bit dry, but I can still kind of work with it, so it's not too bad, but I like it because it's really matte. The only thing is it's kind of difficult to blend in, but yeah, everything is basically the same concealers minus the foundation. You guys know I always like to cream contour, and to contour I'm going to be using my black Opal foundation stick in Suede Mocha. To set my highlighted areas, I'm going to be using a mixture of my Laura Mercier translucent powder and my Enlight banana powder, and I'm just going to apply that underneath my eyes, center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and underneath my contour. So I don't really like to bake for too long. So what I do is that whilst I'm baking, I'll just go ahead and set my contour. And to set my contour, I'm using my CoverGirl bronzer in Ebony Bronze. And once I've done that, I like to dust my Enlight powder away with, well, different powders. Today I'm using the black Radiance pressed powder in Golden Cashew. Sometimes I'll use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish or my Iman pressed powder. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. This is just going to make sure that the highlighted areas aren't too bright and it doesn't look too harsh on my skin, especially because the highlight powders that I'm using are quite light. So I always like to make sure that I blend it out with some form of pressed powder that's like my skin tone, so it's not too stark. To apply my highlight, I'm using this brush, which is a new buy, and I like it, and it's the Morphe R36. I love this brush. And to highlight my skin, I'm using the Danessa Myricks Enlight highlighter. For blush, I'm using Toasted Almond by Black Radiance, and I'm just applying that to the apples of my cheeks. Once that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the eyes. So I'm just going to smoke out my eyes using the same colours that I used on my lid. I'm also going to go ahead and apply some mascara as well. I also like using my pressed powders to clean up the eyes because I'm not really precise sometimes when it comes to applying eyeshadow. So I'm taking my powder and I'm just getting rid of any harsh lines. To contour my nose, I'm using my H&M pressed powder in cacao, but you know, any dark brown will work just fine. And then I'm also going to go ahead and blend out the harsh lines. And to blend that out, I'm using my favorite. This is like my favorite brush. Okay, I have so many favorite brushes, but this is like one of my favorite brushes. This one's by e.l.f. and I believe it's the Flawless Concealer Brush. Oh, guys. If you're going to get a brush by e.l.f., please get this one. I love this brush so much. I'm also going to apply some of that highlighter down the bridge of my nose. For the lips, I decided to keep it quite simple and neutral. I'm lining my lips with Chestnut Lip Pencil by MAC, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill them in with this lipstick by Rimmel London. I don't know the name, but it's like a really nice brown mauvey pink. Of course, everything will be listed in the description box. I'm going to also apply my lip gloss by Victoria's Secret. I've been really loving glossy lips lately, and this one's in Hot Cocoa. And then I'm going to spray my face. I live for this spray, and this one's by Badescu. And this is it, you guys. Like I said, I was rushing, so I didn't get to do my poses for you guys. My hair's done, the gel's nice and set. I'm just fluffing my hair, and I just took out some hair on the sides using my Aunt Jackie's curl cream. But that is it. I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you all in my next one.